Hello, welcome. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to call an Ollama model using Python through the HTTP API. Ollama exposes an HTTP API on localhost. That means anything we just did here with commands, we can actually trigger through the API. So we can send requests to this from something like curl, Postman or Python code using the HTTP request. Now by default, Ollama is running as the desktop application. By default, that port is going to be open and you'll be able to access the HTTP API. We'll walk through a simple Python example where we send a prompt to an Ollama model and stream the response back in real time. By the end of this session, you'll understand how to integrate Ollama into your Python projects. Run the code, first install pip install request and check the necessary Ollama model has been installed on your computer from CMD. Ollama list. From the list, copy a model name and paste into the source code model part. Section 1. Starting the Ollama server. First, ensure the Ollama server is running. By default, if Ollama is installed and running as a desktop app, the API will already be active on port 11434. Now run the source code. The output window will appear your answer according to your prompt. If it's running, or quit the Ollama desktop version to terminate the application. You can start it manually by opening a terminal and typing Ollama serve. Ollama is listening for API request on port 11434 at localhost. Once it's running, you can verify by running curl. This should return JSON listing your installed models, confirming the server is alive. So now that the server is running, we can use Python code here to send a request. Now run the source code. The output window will appear your answer according to your prompt. Section 2. Import necessary libraries. In our Python script, we begin by importing the required libraries. Request is a popular HTTP client library for Python, used here to send the post request to Ollama's API. JSON lets us parse each line of the streaming response, since Ollama returns results line by line as JSON objects. Section 3. Set up the base URL. Next, we define the base API endpoint. Localhost 11434 is the default host and port where Ollama listens. API/chat is the endpoint for multi-turn conversations. It accepts an array of messages and streams back the assistant's responses. Section 4. Define the payload. Now we define the payload, which is the data we'll send in the request. Model specifies the model you want to run. It must be pulled in advance using Ollama pull model messages. A list of chat turns. Each entry has a role, user, assistant, or system, and a content string. In this example, we are sending a simple user question. What is Python? You can also extend the messages array with more history to maintain conversation context. Section 5. Send the request with streaming. We send the request using request post makes the post request. Stream equals true ensures we don't wait for the full response, but instead process each line as it arrives. We then loop through the response lines. This way, the model's reply is printed token by token, giving a real-time streaming effect. Section 6. Check the response status. Finally, we handle the response status. If the status code is 200, the request succeeded and we can stream the response. Any other code means something went wrong. Maybe the model name is incorrect, the server isn't running, or the payload is invalid. In that case, we print the error for debugging. And that's it. We've successfully called an Ollama model using Python and the HTTP API. With this knowledge, you can integrate Ollama into your own Python applications, whether for chatbots, automation, or AI-powered workflows. Thank you for watching and keep continuing to explore, experiment, and build amazing things with Ollama and Python.